So Thomas Tuchel thinks it's the right time in his press conference against Leeds United to speak about the incident with Marcos Alonso. And we get a beautiful little insight into the type of player Chelsea are actively going to try to sign in the future by using their new statistical model. Let's get into this. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and in today's video, it's actually a really good, insightful video. It's one of those where we're going to get all nerdy and technical and look at numbers. Yes, who doesn't love numbers? So number one, we're going to talk about the story that's come out from Nazar Cancella linking Emerson and Jorginho to Juventus and what this means for Chelsea's new target by using their statistical model to secure this player. You all know him and you all will like him. Number two, we're going to look over the press conference where Tuchel openly talks about Marcos Alonso and what happened, and he is so brutally honest. I love it. And finally, we're going to deep dive into the top four race because evidently we've been dragged into it. We're going to look at all the numbers, the comparisons, and we're going to look at it, the expected forms. Based on analytics, where were Chelsea meant to be this year? So let's get into it. But before we get started, I think you guys all appreciate the fact that we're nearly on 14,000 subscribers. The clues bomb for all of you. Absolute round of applause for every single one of you. So please subscribe if you're new. It goes a long way. Hit that like button. That's the easiest thing you can do for this channel to help it. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for super thanks. I don't care about all that stuff. I just ask, please hit the like button so that YouTube supports the cause and sets it forward for other people to watch my content. Thank you, and let's move on with this video. Nazar Cancella is a reputable journalist that works for Goal.com. He's very good and very honest when it comes to reporting the stories, and 9 out of 10 times he's actually spot on. So when he comes out with the fact that Juventus are interested in Emerson Palmieri and Jorginho, I believe it. And why do I believe it? Well, Jorginho's got 1 year left on his deal. His agent's been actively speaking about him going back to Italy, so 2 and 2 is added together. He's been falling out of favor and his injury problems are increasing. So the likelihood is he will be wanting to return home to Italy to finish out his playing days. It's understandable. Number two, Emerson Palmieri will be returning to Chelsea. Whether you like it or not, he went out to Lyon. They have a buy option. They're not going to activate it because they didn't make the Champions League, so they can't afford him and his wages. So he will be returning to Chelsea, and Juventus are actively interested once again to buy the player. And this is all coming out from Nazar Cancella. These are reports that have been coming out consistently, so this is very encouraging stuff to just get rid of players and lower the wage bill. So Chelsea have been extremely keen on signing a specific player based on the statistical models and analytics that they use. Daniel Finkelstein will be joining the Chelsea department as per Bowley's request. Bowley believes in that method and that way of attracting talent and labeling them. That's what he was doing with the LA Dodgers. And this player is actually one that Thomas Tuchel and his scouting team or his backroom staff all had on the list originally. Cucurella from Brighton. And this for me is absolutely imperative because Cucurella has all the attributes that Chelsea require at left wing back. He will be perfect competition for Ben Chilwell. He's athletic, a good ball, pure striker of the ball, good in possession, good in tight positions, and he can defend to a very good standard. And for me, this is encouraging. My only thing is, and my only hope is, because Cucurella will cost around £40 million because he joined last year, Chelsea need to be locating these players 1 year earlier. For example, before he joined Brighton, when he cost the 15 million. But that is for the future, and let's hope that continues to happen. Let's move on with the press conference. Thomas Tuchel is extremely cool, calm, and composed. And that's the one thing I love about this man more than anything. The man keeps his cool under pressure and has openly discussed about the team news. And the team news is simple. Everyone is fit, apart from Ben Chilwell. Kante and Jorginho are fighting to be fit. He doesn't know whether they will be, but he is hoping and he's optimistic that they could. For me, this is a little bit risky because it means we're going to have to depend on Kovacic and Ruben once again. And personally, I've had enough of that tandem. It doesn't work for me in a midfield too. After dropping points against Wolverhampton and getting sucked into a top 4 race, the pressure's on. Thomas Tuchel, workaholic as he is, got all of the players back in on a Sunday, and he actively told them, listen, you're going to train on Sunday because we need to get this result. A lot of the players after the training went and supported the under-23s. Trevor Chalobah played, Malang Sarr played, and this is important. Let them regain some fitness, let them get some stamina. And for me, It brings good team harmony when they're going to do activities like this. And more importantly, let's hope it gave them the good tactical nows in the training session on Sunday that they can implement into the Wednesday game. But you've all been waiting for this, right? Tuchel openly speaks out about the Alonso situation, and he is very blatantly honest. He said it was a misunderstanding. We've dealt with it. Nothing wrong. Nothing to report, nothing to talk about. He wasn't subbed because of the argument, but there was an argument. So I'm going to tell you now, he's lying in the situation that he wasn't subbed because of the argument. In the spirit of the moment, I think he was angry at him and he took his anger out. Do I believe that it's all been washed down? I genuinely believe this has been washed down. People, they work in an environment that's highly competitive, a lot of testosterone, a lot of individuals with egos. So egos clash, and when they clash, it ends up being boom, eruption. This is normal, this happens, they'll move on, they'll get past this. I hope Alonso still gets sold, but it is what it is. He was also asked about the fact that, why are you dropping points? And he was very brutally honest about this. He said he's struggling to pinpoint why. For example, the Manchester United game, they played very well. The Wolves game, they were last kick of the game away from getting 3 more points. And then he also went into little details saying that sometimes the performances were low and that every game is individualistic and it takes different elements. And for me, I actually agree with him. Man United, we should have won. Wolves, we win. And all of a sudden, you had 4 more points onto our tally and nobody's moaning, nobody's ranting. We're on 70 points with 3 games left, close to 79. And then all of a sudden, the whole narrative on this season has changed. So I think Tuchel was right. We need to calm down and we need to be objective. He did also reiterate, though, that the win is important and being away from home might be a leading factor to why Chelsea could potentially go on to win this game. And the reason is Chelsea have not been good at home, but their away record has been phenomenal. Their away record has been good enough to actually go and compete for the league. Like, their away record has been, I think, the 2nd best in the league. They've been winning games consistently and they've been proactively hitting teams on the break. And he was saying how Leeds is going to be a team that is going to treat this game like a cup final. The atmosphere is going to be popping and rocking, and Chelsea need to meet the energy level and the appetite. He said he's very surprised that intensity as it went to another level under their new manager instead of Bielsa. Bielsa, intensity was ridiculous. Jesse Marsch has taken it to another level with an element of organization. I'm actually very excited for this game. I want to see this tactical battle. I need Chelsea to win, and then that secures us top 4. They tried to get him on a little technicality, and they said to him, what's more important, the final or the Premier League? And he openly and reiterated this like twice. The next game is the most important thing, and I don't want to talk about the time between the rest. Look, there's no point complaining about rest. It's for 24 hours. It doesn't make that much of a difference, I personally think. Players are used to playing these time frames. It's the end of the season. If you can't get yourself up for a cup final, why are you even a footballer? Like, realistically speaking. And Tuchel basically said that as well in his own more articulate words. He was very open, very frank, very honest. My prediction is that we finally win a game. My prediction is we get back to winning ways. We shut Leeds up. We send them down. Don't care about them, activate Rafinha's clause and most probably bring him to Chelsea. But I do think we're going to win this game. I think it'll be comfortable. I think we're going to go there, we're going to win 3-1. It's going to be a proper Chelsea away from home performance. I think a couple of players are going to get on the score sheet. Hopefully Kai Havertz and Mason Mount get on that score sheet and get their confidence up before the big final, and then we move on to the pool. So guys, let's move on to the nerdy part, and you're going to enjoy it, even if you don't like it. Alright, so the current table is very interesting because if you look at it, Chelsea are on 67 points, Arsenal 66, and Spurs are on 62. 3 games left, right? So if Chelsea win, evidently, Chelsea are going to basically all but confirm themselves. But if you look at the expected points from the metrics that have been collated from expected goals and expected conceded goals, Chelsea are 1 point ahead of where they're meant to be. Arsenal are 5 points and Spurs are 4 points, which means that Spurs and Arsenal are underachieving drastically. They're underachieving by 2 games. And for me, this is a good eye-opening moment because I think Chelsea are exactly where their performances have been this year. Like, for example, we've scored 70 goals in comparison to their 56 for Arsenal and 60 for Spurs. So 14 and 10 goals clearer, which tells me we're better than them, in my opinion. But we are so far behind Liverpool and Man City, it's disgusting. Conceded, 31 goals in comparison to their 42 and 40. In reality, this once again reiterates our defense is stronger than theirs. But then you're going to say, Alex, why is the points gap so close? It's because we've been on the beach. The players have stopped playing after that Madrid game. When they've returned for that Brentford game, it was evident. We got slapped, then we lost to Madrid, reacted with a 6-0 win, and after that, everything went on underneath. Because we went out the Champions League, and the players were like, bro, we've made top 4, what are we doing? And they were complacent, they were very conservative with their performance and their energy levels. And I'm telling you now, it happens. It always happens like this. But guys, this is the Kavkas View. I hope you lot enjoyed this. We ain't going into too much detail today, but I thought I'd give you guys some extra content. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out, I'm out. Give me your predictions in the comments below as well. Bye.